So I wrote this poem last weekend for my niece, who is really struggling, going through a lot of stuff. And I grew up in a family with a lot of violence, and I'm a single mom, and I have really struggled to break that cycle of violence in my own family. Done a lot of therapy, done a lot of healing work, and my daughter, she's 15 years old, she just turned 15. She doesn't use drugs, she's not drinking, she's got a 3.7 GPA her freshman year, taking honors classes. She's a high school gymnast. She's a great, awesome kid, and it was a struggle for me to raise her to be the way that she is because I grew up with so much violence. And unfortunately, my brother, he didn't heal. He repeated that cycle of violence in his family. And now I'm supporting my niece and watching her struggle with a lot of the same things that I grew up with. And so I want to encourage all of you, if you are someone who suffered and grew up in that kind of violence, do everything in your power to heal those wounds, because we carry them on and we repeat those cycles in our families, and we give those wounds and we give that hurt to our children. And I won't stand up here and tell you that it's an easy thing to do. There's nothing easy about it. But when you see your child thriving and you see your child with more confidence and happier and safer than you ever were as a kid, it's an amazing, amazing thing. So I wrote this for my niece. Dear little girl, I'm sorry they stole your childhood, your innocence. I'm sorry they blamed you for it and tell you that you aren't enough, never enough. Dear little girl, I pray for you that you can find the strength and courage to stay the course, to thrive and survive, despite their efforts to destroy you. Dear little girl, someday it will make sense when you share your story and your healing opens up the door for another person's healing to begin. Dear little girl, you are already stronger and more powerful than those who hurt you. Let your heart not be full of anger. Let it fill with compassion instead. Dear little girl, never be afraid to sing your heart song. Sing it, paint it, dance it, write it down. Dear little girl, never forget to love and be loved, but start with loving yourself. Dear little girl, I am you. I love you. We are strong. We will survive. I am always by your side.